Modesty. This word sounds for me like a little bit old-ish, and English is a second language for me, so I don't know if it's too old or it just sounds for me. But modesty itself is a very interesting state where which I think everyone has to have in order to be successful. When we are talking about modesty, it's not something that you can just impose on people or yourself. No, it's something that sits inside of you. It's your value system, it's in your value system. It's a deeper understanding and it's some sort of groundness that comes from your core. Modesty itself is coming from deep satisfaction, deep calmness, finding your own way. It's like you know what you're doing in this situation or in that situation. I remember that many years ago when I was young, I constantly heard, like, well, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful. And I was thinking, gosh, what do they want from me? And then at some point I look in the mirror and I go like, wait a minute, Ellie, you are beautiful. You are just simply beautiful. Yeah, you are not perfect. Your beauty is not perfect. Some people like it, some people hate it, but you are beautiful in wherever it is. So I made a peace with this. And since then, every single time when I hear something about, like how beautiful or ugly I am, I'm just taking it. I don't have emotions. I'm not going like, like, oh, I'm so, thank you so much. No, I don't have this. Or I'm not having, oh, no, 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 you're mistaken. It's not me. I don't have it either. Okay. I am just simply accepting it because the fact is, I know who I am and I know if I'm beautiful or I'm not. That's what I'm talking about. I made a peace with myself. I made the realization. I've come to realization. So, and since that moment, I am grounded on that topic. So, when we're talking about modesty, it's something that comes from you being grounded. You don't need to, like prove anything to anybody. You're already who you are. You just need to move through your life, and modesty gives you grace. You don't need to rush somewhere. You don't need to walk in the room, like and start overpowering conversation because you think that you need to insert yourself and start talking to people because your opinion is important. Why it's important? Modesty is when you walk in the room and you're just seeing what's happening in the room. Can you join one group? Can you join another group? Maybe you cannot join not group one, not group second. But guess what? Maybe you can help to set up the table. Go do it. This is modesty. No one is going to, like look at you and think something. And if they will, trust me, in the future, they will rethink themselves. Being modest, it's not being in somebody's eyes. Like you don't have to be in somebody's eyes. You don't need to just, like impose yourself in any possible way. You just live your life. You don't need to prove anything with anything. Not with the car, not with the bag, not with the school for your child, not for like for, I don't know, your child winning, like stuff and things like this. No, you just live your life. Modesty is something that most people are missing. because they feel like, well, I need to walk in the room and I need to say something. I need to overpower everybody in the room to prove how cool I am. Guess what? It does completely the opposite. You overpower people and people are going, okay, because you're violating their boundaries. Modesty is when you are not violating anything, when you're liquid. A lot, like if any of you ever done tai chi, you know how the liquid movements are. Every single movement is not violating anything. Every single movement is very, very soft, but it allows you to overcome every single obstacle. Why don't we do it in life? Do tai chi in your life. Be modest. Tai chi and modesty, like it's basically same. Why do we think that proving somebody right is a correct thing? It's not correct thing. It's ruining, it's damaging us, it's damaging the partner or people or whomever we're talking to. We ended up not listening anything. You know how people, how many people I have or hear who are only about themselves. They talk about themselves for hours and they never ask, okay, how about you? Tell me, tell me, tell me. They don't hold information about, like people. It's only about themselves. And those people, like they call themselves, well, I'm type A. Who the hell knows what the type A is? Does it really matter? Does What does it give you? Okay, you're a type A, so what? Okay, you're type B, so what? How does it help you? Are you happier because you're type A? No. Well, maybe you need to do something. Guys, the only thing that matters is, are you happy or you're not really satisfied with what you have? If you're not satisfied, you need to find a way. And modesty comes in play and will bring you more if you find this satisfaction in life. And modesty just pops in right into the situation. Modesty is not something that can be taught, but modesty is something that you can kind of discover for yourself. You can discover that this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. This is not helping. So how about if I am, instead of jumping, like in the front of people, I'll just stay here and wait. Maybe, like maybe I'll speak to them about something that they really need to hear. Modesty is when you not in somebody's eyes, but when you constantly living your life 100%, helping others, helping everybody around, and you have 100% satisfaction. Modesty is a really, really cool way to live. It's underestimated. It's that balance that everybody's talking about. That's modesty. In other ways, it's modesty. It's a simple modesty. Can we find it? Well, me and my clients and my community, we are trying to find it. So if you are like us, learning about it and trying to incorporate in your life, I know about it some. So I'm sharing with everybody else. Please join me, sign up for newsletters, and I'll be happy to see you with me.